how to make infinite rockets and devices in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom version 1.4. First, go to the bridge outside Tari Town, have a full arsenal of shields, weapons, and bows, and make a hard save. This way you can regain all your equipment after Zuggling. Mount Mineru and drop an unfused weapon. We're then going to perform Mineru FE. Hit X, R, but interrupt by mashing the right or left D-pad. Dismount and pick up your weapon. Take out a steering stick, and then we are going to perform Cold Fuse. Fuse as Mineru is returning to Link, so right before. Steering stick will jump to Link. Perform SDC, mount, switch weapons, and mash cancel. Next, make a protocol by fusing the steering stick to a weapon. Your ability wheel will be locked, so mount Mineru to unlock it. Dismount. We're going to perform a Zuggle. So you're going to prime your map, drop swap your bow, drop swap your shield, drop swap your protocol weapon, let the map open, enter the inventory, drop your bow, drop your shield, exit inventory, remove your weapon, and then pick everything up. We're going to Zuggle 6 times. So Zuggle number 2. Drop swap bow, drop swap shield, drop swap weapon, drop bow and shield from your inventory, remove weapon, always remove the weapon before picking up the protocol. Zuggle number 3. Same thing. If you mess up the Zuggle, just remember, don't pick up your protocol with another weapon equipped. You can try again. Zuggle number 4 we're on now. I sped up the video just because it's the same thing. Almost there. I made mistakes in here, and I just edited it to make it look like I did perfect. And this is the last one. So after the last one, we're going to test to see if we're in overload. So what Zuggling 6 times does is puts you into overload. So to test your overload, you're going to mount Mineru, draw your bow, and switch bows. What should happen is the bow will drop, and that's good. So then you can load your save from before that we made to regain all the equipment. And when you do that, you're probably going to lose your pants, or maybe your shirt, or maybe a piece of equipment. So that's fine. You just want to re-equip them. So make sure that everything is equipped and not left behind. Then what you're going to do is do an overload drop. So mount Mineru. You're going to have an unfused weapon equipped. Draw your bow and equip an unfused shield, and it should drop. Then you're going to fuse that shield that dropped to your unfused weapon. What that's going to do is give you an invisible shield. So you can see in a second, ooh, fancy, invisible shield. So from this point on, you don't want to switch your shield or drop it or your weapon. Well, you can drop the weapon, but we'll explain that later. Next, you're going to fuse 32 items to the invisible shield. So they can be anything. Well, almost anything. There's a few things that don't work, like carts and sleds don't work. They just disappear into the ground. I like to go to the Hudson construction site and use all their stuff so that I don't waste my things. So that is where we are in this video, is the Hudson construction site, fusing all those items. So again, 32 items. You might have to use some of your own items. I'm using zonai devices just because I never use homing cards. I took out too many, so we're gonna have more clip through the ground. But you can see they're clipping through the ground there. Next thing I'm gonna do is make my build so that I have something to glue the rockets that I'm gonna make to. So I've made my build now. Well, now I've made my build. Just gonna leave it there. So take out the device you want to be infinite, or whatever you want to clip. You can also just take out things you want to clip, which means go through things. You're gonna recall it. While it's in recall, fuse. Switch to ultra hand, drop your weapon, not your shield, your weapon. And then ultra hand the item and glue it to something. I'm going to readjust it here because I'm worried it's going to fall off there, but don't drop it because it will fall through the ground. They clip through things, including the ground. So you can make another one. Again, recall, fuse, ultra hand, but drop your weapon first, and then just glue it. I always recommend making an infinite battery for your build because that just makes sense. So again, recall, fuse to shield, drop weapon, and ultra hand, glue it to something. Do not ultra hand them with your weapon equipped, or you will make it into a normal item, which is disappointing. So I just showed you that there. So we'll just make that battery again. Recall, fuse to shield, drop weapon, ultra hand, and glue. So big setup, but actually doing it is pretty easy. Remember to pick up your weapon always before you leave the area, or it will undo. You always have to have the weapon and shield equipped for the infinite devices to work. And here we go, speed! You've done it! Infinite rockets, yay! Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.